Hello and welcome back to Modern Dentures. In this video I'm going to show you how to get out of a sticky situation. So a little while ago the laboratory forgot to make me a bite block, so I just made one on the fly while the patient was in the chair. Now this takes a little bit of practice. Obviously as a technician I've had quite a lot of practice at making bite blocks, but at a push, and if you think that you're up to it, it's a good way of getting yourself out of a sticky situation by cancelling the patient and then bringing them back in at another time. So what we do, this is if they've got a full upper denture, a full lower denture or something like that. We take the denture, mix up some putty, just kneading it like this, folding it in on itself. Turn it around, folding it. It's quite cold today, so this is going to have a lot of working time. I might pop it in some hot water. Push it into the fitting surface like this without getting any air trapped in it. Move it round. What you want to do then, once it's in, is you just want to tease it over the extent of the flanges there, just so that you've got something to go to. And then you will just want to pop it on the pop it down on the bench there, and then just tease it around like that. Okay, that's going to take a couple of minutes to set. You just need to make sure that it is touching all the way around and it's not, you know, distorted or anything like that. Now we need to put a base plate down on it. When that's set, we take the denture off, we'll put a base plate down. Now if you've got light cure trays, that's probably a better way to go, especially if you haven't done them before. You put it down exactly the same way, you just pop it in the light tray to cure it. You can just use one of those little nail light curers, it's just UV light. So whack your tray down, trim around it, pop it under the tray, not for too long. You actually want to take it out before it's set properly. I usually find that's an easier way to do it, especially if you're doing it on plaster, but on putty it doesn't really matter because it doesn't stick too much anyway. Take it off, you trim off the sharp edges, and then you put your wax block on top. But with this example, I'm going to show you how I do it with just a wax sheet. So you cut off enough so it's going to cover the entire fitting surface of the model. I then pop that wax sheet into my bottle warmer, and we'll just leave that in there for a minute to warm up. Now this still hasn't set and it's stuck to the paper. Great. So what I'm going to do is just pop that in the bottle warmer as well, just for a minute, and the heat of the bottle warmer will accelerate that setting time and just speed the process up. Because I'm guessing if you haven't got the bite block, the patient's in the chair and you want to get this done as quick as possible. With that out, and yeah, that's pretty much set now. It says. So we just take that off. So in my tray I have a wax knife, a Lacron, a pair of tweezers, mouth mirror, small pair of scissors, some little pointy small tweezers, but I also have a scalpel. I use a scalpel quite a lot, especially for sort of situations like this. So when you've taken it off, it's going to be difficult to get the wax down in there, all the light cure material if you're using it. I'll probably do another video actually with doing a light cure tray, which is exactly the same principle. If they haven't sent you a special tray, this is another way that you can make one. Now I know a lot of people will use the denture to take the impression, which is fantastic. You can do the bite registration with it and an impression with it, and I'm not knocking that at all. That works really well. The downside to that is the patient is then going to go without their denture while it's being cast and articulated, etc. But if the patient doesn't mind being without their denture, or if they've got an old spare denture that you can use, it's a brilliant way of doing it for full dentures. So we've trimmed that off. Now if I grab my sheet of wax, which has been softening nicely in there. The way that I normally do it is you just tease the wax in over there, over the whole model like that, and then I double it up like so. And this is to get a thickness in the palette. I wouldn't necessarily do this in the laboratory because I'd be thickening it up in the palette with a wax knife to build it up nicely. So when we got to that sort of stage, then there's a couple of ways you can do the block part. You can get these pre-formed blocks, bend it to shape. I've got one in the bottle warmer already, and you just pop that on like that, and now you've got your bite block. It's a little bit too soft at the moment to use. What I would normally do is use a Lacron, just trim off the excess. It's distorting quite a lot because it is, the whole thing's so soft. But it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to function. So once I've done that, I'll then just shape this block a little bit better, and then I'll take it off, and with a wax knife and an induction heater, I'll just melt off any of those sort of sharp edges that were left. Go round. You might be thinking, well, I haven't got an induction heater. Well, buy one. They're not very expensive and they're really useful. Really good in the clinic as well, because you know you can put your finger in there, you're not going to get burnt. So for nurses or anybody that's working with you, always be careful that they're not then picking up a hot wax knife that you've used, but they're not going to burn themselves on the induction heater. If it's in there for just a few seconds, that knife will get red hot. So it's quicker than a Bunsen burner and safer. But when you do finish using your hot tools, just dip them in your disinfectant or run them under the tap just to cool them down, and then they can safely be picked up without scalding anyone. So that's my bite block. It's still soft enough, and I use that. Usually what I do, if it's still a little bit too soft, I just run it under the tap just to cool it down a little bit before then using that to register the bite. Doesn't take very long. If you've got a bottle warmer, fast setting putty, you can knock these up quite quickly, and it can get you out of a pinch. Especially useful for temporary dentures actually, where you might not want to send that off for a bite block to wait a week before you can do it again. You can literally, if they've got an existing denture, it may be a partial. If you imagine something like this, you can still take an impression, but when you move it over, you just make it as if those teeth are gone, which are obviously going to be the teeth that are extracted or something like that. Depends on what stage you're at with it. If they're having immediate, sometimes if they've still got the teeth in the mouth, obviously you don't need to do that, but you can do like the way that I showed you in the other method, where you literally just rolling up your sheets of wax and just pushing it in between those teeth that are still there, and then using your squash bite, which makes a bite block. The problem with it is that because this wax was so warm, as it cools down, it's going to shrink and distort, and so the bite is not going to be as accurate as if you've got a laboratory made one, where the bite block typically is just softened on the occlusal surface where you're going to be registering the bite. With this, the whole thing's soft, so it's a little bit more tricky, especially if you've got a patient that clamps right down on it, and you know they can destroy a bite block like that. You're trying to get them to just close gently till they feel it touch, but sometimes you put it in and they just go and just squash the whole thing. But I'm sure you know that's what we got to work with. If you don't use the blocks, you can use the wax sheet, again, is about half, just under half. Warm it up in the water. I've not really warmed it up enough at the moment. And then you just typically, you're folding it, fold it again, or you can roll it, doesn't really matter. And then that way there's your arch that you're putting on. So you can still do it without the preformed blocks, and to be honest, that's the way I usually do it, because then all I need is sheet wax. I don't need all these other bits and pieces, but I just happen to have those. Yeah, how to get out in a pinch. I hope you found that useful. If you did, give us a like, a subscribe and all that, and I'll see you in the next one.